But Lieutenant Howe, this guy didn't impress me that much. Now he shows up at the introduction of the newbies, right? With the rest of the lieutenants. And they're like, Wrecker's like, show us what you can do. And he's like, yeah, to be a fire force, soldier, you have to go through this and that. As he has some experience, he's a lieutenant, right? But out of all three of Leo Burns' lieutenants, I say he's the one who's like less, known, or, powers are known. But we know him to be a third generation pyrokinetic because it said so, in the episodes. I don't even know, like, this guy is, not even like memorable for anything. This guy has been there. He was there when, Rekka, turned out to be the crook, turning people into, infernos, right? And he's like, hey, I thought you were like us. I thought you heeded calls to Leo Burns and, company number one, but you calls to the Ashen Flame. You heed calls to the evangelist and turning this world into a star, making it burn. You saw a star too much when you looked at the planet, not people, like I do. Is what is what Hal basically said. In a nutshell, you kind of betrayed me in Kareem, and then he was killed, but he was there to back Shinra up and back Kareem up when he started acting up. And then they started questioning things a little more. They started to their eyes started to be opened. It could come from within. They could be people from within. And he had that kind of mindset going forward in the series and shit. I could be with other people in the Fire Force companies could also be with the White Guy and the Evangelist. But strength for this guy is 84. 84 for his speed, 82 for his durability, 84 for his endurance, and 85 for his intelligence, 86 for his experience, and 83 for his close skills, 83 for his range skills, and 84 for his recoup, 85 for his hacks, and an overall power score of 84%. For Hao Yan Lee, that's his name, I think. Be cool, cooling on the corner.